Hey everyone, it's Tina Brigley, and I am here with Sophia Von Celsing, who is a
Celsing.
coach. What is it?
Sophia Von Celsing.
Oh, Swedish. Von Celsing.
It's okay.
You know what I was always thinking? I think there's a show that was out there, like a vampire show or something that was
Yes, Van Helsing. I've heard that so many times. You are not the first one. I promise you. Yeah.
Oh man. So for those of you that are watching right now, I want to say, first of all, if you're in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. And I know
Yeah.
sometimes during the holidays, it can be a little stressful. And that's why Sophia and I wanted to come on. And first of all, how do we go from overwhelm and stress to empowered flow in situations like being with family that are sometimes a little difficult, being with the holidays, making turkey, getting things done. So, Sophia, like, tell us a little bit about your story because when I first heard it, it
Mm.
was really powerful. Like, there was a time in your life where you were under a tremendous amount of stress and overwhelm. Can you just share with us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, so basically it was a long road leading up to actually me burning out at the age of 27. It was many years of anxiety, sleeping problems, and just crazy expectations of myself and limiting beliefs and just doubting myself and always wanted to do everything perfect and feeling like I wasn't good enough. And eventually at 27, I just crashed. I had such a severe burnout. I was working at Spotify, a company I absolutely loved. I had the time of my life, but I had no idea of how to take care of myself.
Mm.
And this had been going on, for so many years. It wasn't just me ending up at Spotify and then burning out. No, this was a long journey of just running, 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 running. I had no idea how to take care of myself and slow down and just listen, to the body's signals. They were actually screaming at me. My body was screaming at me, but I didn't know how to listen.
What were some of the experiences you had, like when it comes to not listening to your body? Like, what was going on in your body when you're like, no, 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 I'm fine, I'm fine? What was actually happening?
Yeah. I mean, the first thing that happened was already 2005. I started getting severe sleeping problems. That was when I started studying at uni. And that just stayed with me, until 2013 when I actually crashed and I just, burned out. So the sleeping problems was the first thing. And then I was always sick. I was always had a sore throat. I felt always like I was a bit of a, feverish. I felt a bit dizzy, but all of these symptoms they came like gradually. Um, I had a constant feeling of overwhelm, like not being good enough, always trying, like if I just run faster, I will get there. But in the end, I couldn't think, I couldn't make decisions, I couldn't prioritize at all. And I was just pushing through, with exercise and with coffee to just try to, get on top of things. But I just didn't.
Now, when you say sleep problems, I want to dig into this a little bit because I have talked to people that have gotten 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep, and they're like, no, no, that's normal. Like, this is just what my body needs. And I'm like, is that what you
No.
programmed yourself to believe? Like, is that normal to get
Uh-uh.
3 to 5 hours of sleep a night?
No, absolutely not. And that was probably what I was, living on too. Maybe in total, I was tossing and turning. I couldn't fall asleep. If I fell asleep, I will wake up again with my heart pounding and just racing, just this anxiety building up. And then, it gets a vicious circle. I was afraid of going to sleep because I knew I was just gonna lay awake. And what I didn't know was that the more I exercised, the more I shot my cortisol levels up in the roof. So that was one of the reasons I couldn't sleep, because I was exercising too much. And no one talks about this. And I had no idea. I thought I had to exercise in order to sleep. But that was actually one part of the problem, that I was never allowing my body to relax and get down in the parasympathetic nervous system that we all heard about, the rest and digest, my body was always on fire, kind of, with this cortisol just running through the body. And that's why you can't sleep, because you never, take the time to actually calm down the system.
Wow.
So no, 3 to 4 is not enough, definitely not. And if you feel speeded, that's because your cortisol and adrenaline keeps you going. So it's kind of, the body is tricking you to believe that you have energy, but you might just be going on adrenaline. And that was the case for me too. That's probably why I could keep going, because the body went into survival mode. And it's just like, that lion is chasing you, you better run.
Right.
And then it's impossible to sleep.
And it's impossible to operate at that level with that much velocity. But considering you did it for many years, I say to people all the time, like, we go through life riding around on flat tires and we think that it's normal. No, look at all the shit I get done in the day. It's like, okay, but wait a minute. Do you want to keep running your whole life? And at what point is it going to catch up to you? So how the hell how did you overcome that? Like, because, our brain can be trained to be like, no, this is normal. No, exercise more, drink more coffee, and it becomes normal. But what was the breaking point for you? Like, what happened that had you, because this is what we do too. We usually go.
Yeah, I'm not alone. Like, I'm so far from alone doing this.
So
what happened? So I was project managing a project in October or September 2013, and that was a huge project. I had so much fun. I absolutely loved it. But when the project was finished, I was a wreck. I couldn't get out of bed. I was just laying there, my head spinning. It felt like someone had taken a big stone and just thrown it on top of my head. And I was just so dizzy. I had to hold on to, the tables. Like, when I was walking, I just felt like, and I was trying to go to work, and I sat there at work, and I just, I was just crying. It felt like climbing a mountain just to do the most simple task. And my colleague said, Sophia, you need to go home. Like, you need to rest. And I called my manager, and he obviously he said the same. I went to the doctor, and they signed me off on sick leave. And that was like the start. So this was, beginning of October 2013. So I was 27. I mean, that's very young. That's crazy to end up there at 27. But like I said, it had been a long period leading up to that. But so I was on sick leave for quite some time, started gradually coming back to work, but I didn't really make any changes. So all these symptoms kept coming back, even if I went to a psychologist, but that didn't really help because I was too far down. So I had to eventually start all over again, go back to 100% sick leave for almost, I think it was 7 or 8 months. And that's when I got really good help. And starting finding these keys to, like, why did I end up here? What do I have to do differently? And there was so many things that I just had no idea about. So it's so much about getting the knowledge and the tools to, like, why did I end up here and how do I get myself out of it?
Yeah. And shifting the context, right? It's like we sometimes put ourselves in the same positions. We don't say no, running on overdrive.
Exactly.
So I know, like, give us 3, because I know that it's Thanksgiving. There's people that are feeling stressed and overwhelmed today, thinking about all the things they have to do. Maybe it's compiled from the week before of the things that they didn't accomplish. What are your 3 golden nuggets? What can people do today to be able to get out of stress and overwhelm? Like, give us your nuggets.
My nuggets. Wow. Yeah, there are quite a few. But if I would say the most important thing is to slow down your breathing, because slowing down your breathing is one of the most powerful and effective ways of telling your nervous system that no lion is chasing you. So, just extend that breath for as much as you can and really breathing out deeply, just like, really sighing, even that helps, because it's a message to your body that it's okay, because the body can't notice a difference if it is a physical lion chasing you or if it's your thoughts and your expectations on yourself that is causing the stress. The body has no idea. So tell the system that it's okay, that no lion is chasing you. And the breathing is a super effective and quick way of doing that. The other thing is notice your thoughts around it, because our thoughts is so powerful. You know all about this, being a coach, but we have so much more power over our thoughts than we think. And working with our thoughts and realizing that we create so many stories in our head, and that is usually the thing that is stressing us, maybe not the actual situation in itself.
I got to cook the turkey perfectly. I got to run to the grocery store and do this and do that. And then what if it doesn't work out this way? And what if this and what if that? And we're already.
Exactly. And then we're already in that, spinning. So noticing the thought and maybe even asking or distancing yourself to it by saying, is this really true? What if the opposite was true? I know someone told me that once. That is you. What if the opposite was actually true? What if I don't have to get everything done?
Yeah.
And
what if it gets to not be perfect? What if it gets to be imperfect? What if the table isn't set perfectly? And what if we could just let go of the attachment of looking good?
Yeah, exactly. And I would say that's the third thing, to find your priorities and decide what is the most important thing to you, because everything can't be, no one has got everything, worked out. There's always something that's got to go. And I think that's the notion that, that also stresses us, that we think everyone else has got their shit together, but they don't. No one, something's got to go, and it's okay. So what part of your life is okay if it's not 100% perfect? And I've had to work a lot with this, to prioritize and do the most important things, and realizing that I can never get absolutely everything done.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's beautiful. I mean, I think that's what I appreciate about my family. We celebrate Thanksgiving outdoors with picnic tables and bonfires, and we come in our jeans and our sweatshirts, and we just really let go of the attachment of things being perfect and the table looking perfect. There's no expectations. We drink beer. We have fun. We play cornhole. I love it. I'm so glad I don't have to do all of that. But Sophia, I know your time is valuable and you got big things. You're in Sweden right now. You got things going on. But where can people go to learn more about you? And because you do mindfulness, you do meditation, you're a yoga instructor. You are a wealth of knowledge and resources. Where can they find you to learn more?
Yeah. So you can find me on my website. So that's www.sophiavoncelsing.com. And there you can read all sorts of things, both about me, but also about my services and programs that I offer. Amazing. And one of the things coming up now, actually next week, is my program that I called From Stress to and Overwhelm to Empowered Flow in 90 days.
Wow.
So it's a 3-month program for badass women. And it's all about that, realizing that you are a badass and it's okay. And you don't have to be perfect, but you can be, awesome anyway.
Yeah.
And just to find that inner peace and to work with that, with the stress, and realize that you can tame your thoughts, your inner critic. And it's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. So go check it out. So that's called Mind, Body, and Soul for Badass Women, or From Stress and Overwhelm to Empowered Flow.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I feel like every single woman in the world gets to slow down, to speed up, to be able to take the stress and overwhelm and just be with it and transform it. Sophia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Tina.
I know it's Saturday evening where you are right now, so thank you. And I want to thank Chad and Krista for watching, and anybody else who's watching live. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Let us know what you're hearing. Let us know what you're taking away. And also, an insight is just an insight until you apply action. So this weekend, take the time to breathe. Take the time to monitor your thoughts. Take the time to let go of perfection and just be with your experience. So, Sophia, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you for being awesome too. For being badass.
Love you guys.
Big heart. Love you.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.